Good morning. My name is Paris, and I stand before you today not just as an individual wrestling with a profound question of peace, but also as someone who has navigated the complex currents of geopolitics and human nature. My background as a strategist and linguist has given me a front row seat to the intricate dance of nations, the delicate balance of power, and the devastating consequences when that balance falters. Yet it is precisely from this vantage point that I've come to believe in a profound truth. True, lasting peace must first bloom within. In a world clamoring with headlines of conflict, division, and escalating tensions, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We analyze geopolitical strategies, economic sanctions, and military might. But what if the deepest roots of conflict, and indeed the most potent seeds of peace, lie not in distant capitals, but within each one of us? This is where the concept of autofiction resonates so powerfully with me. Autofiction, as its core, is the brave act of looking at one's own life, one's own truth, and transforming it into something universal. It's about recognizing that our personal struggles, our triumphs, and our search for meaning are echoes of a larger human experience. If we apply this lens to the grand narrative of nations, we begin to see something profound. Each people, each culture, each nation has its own story, its own internal logic, its own journey. And just as an individual can lose their way, distracted by external pressures, seduced by fleeting desires, or consumed by past hurts, so too can a people. The path to global peace, I argue, begins with a collective act of autofiction for each nation. It's about each people asking themselves, who are we, truly? What are our deepest values beyond the noise of political rhetoric and the allure of power? What internal wounds do we carry that project outward as aggression or fear? And here, the responsibility of leaders becomes paramount. It falls to presidents and governors, to those in positions of power, to foster this introspective work within their own lens. Their role as leaders isn't just about managing borders or economies. It's about guiding their people in this profound journey of self-reflection. They must have the courage to listen to the quiet voices within their own lens, the voices of wisdom, compassion, and historical truth, rather than just the loudest or most aggressive. Acknowledge collective traumas and past mistakes, not to wallow in guilt, but to learn, to heal, and to move forward with integrity. Prioritize to the well-being and inner peace of their own citizens, because people at peace with themselves are far less likely to seek conflict with others. Rediscover their authentic identity, one rooted in shared humanity, creativity, and a genuine desire for flourishing rather than competitive dominance. This isn't naive idealism. This is a call for a profound shift in perspective. It's an invitation for each people to come back home to their truest selves, to shed the external pressures, the borrowed ideologies, and the reactive postures that often fuel conflict. My journey as a linguist, strategist, observing the cycles of conflict and the fragile pursuit of resolutions has only reinforced this conviction. I've witnessed firsthand how deeply ingrained historical narratives and unresolved internal tensions within nations can manifest as seemingly intractable international disputes. And conversely, I've seen how genuine shift in national self-perception, even a subtle one, can open doors to dialogue and cooperation that were once unthinkable. It's in these moments when a powerful mind or an entire nation begins to grapple with the simplicity of self-awareness, that we find hope. Because if the call to return to one's authentic self, to prioritize internal harmony over external dominance, can touch the hearts and minds of those who shape our world, then true, lasting peace moves from a distant dream to a tangible possibility. When people are truly at peace with themselves, when they understand their own narrative, their own strengths, and their own vulnerabilities, they become less susceptible to manipulation, less driven by fear, and more open to genuine connection. They can engage with the world from a place of strength and authenticity rather than insecurity and defensiveness. This journey of collective autofiction, this act of profound national self-reflection, is not easy. I know. It requires courage, humility, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But it is, I believe, the only sustainable path to a world where peace isn't just the absence of war, but the vibrant, flourishing presence of understanding, cooperation, and shared humanity. Let us encourage each other in our respective nations to embark on this journey. Let us champion actually the voices that call for inner peace, for self-reflection, and for the rediscovery of our shared human spirit. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope my voice will be spread out. Thanks.